What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Dirty Degens. I am your degenerate host, Josh, and today I've got a quick update video for you. There's not a whole lot going on in the market, and it's Friday. I hope you guys had a great week. I hope you're going to have an even better weekend. Let's go ahead and dive right in. Today the inflation data actually did come out, even though the government shutdown is still ongoing. It's actually currently the second longest government shutdown in history, and inflation is still 1% over the target mark. The Fed really wants to see it around that 2% mark, and it's still at 3%. However, we do also still have that rate cut coming up. So it's still looking like 96.7% chance that we get the rate cut in October, which is next week. And then we also have the next one in December as well. And it's looking like we'll get that rate cut too. So everything's lining up. Everybody's going to be happy. And also, the Fed is going to change their monetary policy and things like that too. So we're going to get a little bit of a liquidity injection here soon. Also, I thought this was a little bit interesting. The Winklevosses threw a big fit over who was going to become the CFTC chair, and that was Brian Quintez. And Trump backed him up, and basically they just ended the nomination. So now there is a more crypto savvy person that's going to take that role, Michael Seelig, and looks like he's going to be the CFTC chair. He's actually been working with the CFTC and the SEC to try and bring crypto regulation in a much more positive light. So also, that's pretty bullish for Bitcoin and crypto as a whole. What else is bullish for Bitcoin, though, I would have to say, is the fact that soon you will be able to get loans from banks while still retaining self-custody of your Bitcoin. You don't want to spend your Bitcoin, but there are ways to actually utilize it to make money or to, have money. And I think it's a big deal. I think everybody thinks it's a big deal. You don't want to go to JP Morgan, send them your Bitcoin and get the loan, right? And they keep your collateral and they lose it or whatever. Who knows what could happen? But with this, you put it in a multi-sig wallet, meaning that multiple people have to put in, unlock it at once in order for it to unlock. And yeah, you can store it in that and you can get a loan. That's not until 2026, but I do think, as far as traditional finance crossing over into crypto, I think that is a good step forward, I would say. What is a little bit weird, though, if you've been living under a rock, you might have not heard that CZ did get pardoned yesterday. And it's a little bit weird. Some people are very upset, and actually all the people that are upset are the people that were close with SBF, so that's a little bit funny. But Trump's been talking about this mysterious donor that was going to donate millions, hundreds of millions of dollars to pay the troops and stuff like that due to the government shutdown. And hey, they got the money, but came around a peculiar time, because right after that is when CZ got pardoned. And then CZ comes out and he says, President Trump said he believes he hasn't met me yet, which is true. Would be an honor to meet him someday. President Trump and Satoshi might be the same person. What? There's no chance in hell that Trump is Satoshi, and we all know that. I don't know why CZ is slobbering all over Trump right now. I get it, he got a pardon, but to say him and Satoshi might be the same person has to be one of the most ridiculous things I've ever heard in my life. So that's a little bit fishy. I definitely think that CZ was probably that mysterious wealthy donor that donated. So basically, he probably paid for a pardon. I don't know. I'm not saying he did, but I'm just guessing, right? Now, who else is guessing, though? I did bring up JP Morgan. JP Morgan came out and they think that base token could be worth anywhere from 12 to 34 billion dollars. And then they also expect Coinbase to retain 40% of the supply, meaning that they'll have anywhere from 2 to 5 billion dollars in equity in the chain. I thought it was a little interesting that JP Morgan's just saying that no matter what, Coinbase base token will be worth $34 billion. I'm not sure why, but I obviously think it will do well. But they went from hating Bitcoin and saying, they're never going to touch it, and employees that touch it will be fired, to now they're making ridiculous guesses about tokens that aren't even out yet. So I thought that was a little funny. However, a token that is coming out, Polymarket confirmed that they will be doing an airdrop. So if you've been playing in prediction markets and stuff like that, you might have a chance to get a part of this airdrop. And they're also looking at re-entering the US markets. Hey, prediction markets, I feel like are going to be really hot for quite a bit. I don't know. They're just fun. And I haven't really messed with them a whole lot, but yeah, I don't know. I guess they're a little fun. Lastly, I do want to talk about Clash. Have to talk about Clash because Clash is going insane. If you haven't been paying attention, or if you tried to walk away from the market because the rest of the market's doing so bad, well, Clash is defying all odds right now. It did fall down to like 18 mil, and I told you guys I was buying at that level. But since then, in just what, these are daily candles. So just this week, in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 candles, it has gone from 18 million to hit a new all-time high at 86 million, but it's currently at 70 million. So Clash is absolutely on fire. There's a lot of articles that have been coming out writing about it. Different influencers are starting to talk about it. People are starting to give Clash a little bit of respect. And George is actually still doing a ton of things. I know not everybody's in the Discord, so I did want to talk about this as well. There's NFTs that are going to be launching soon for Clash. And there's actually 4 tiers now. There was 3 originally. Now there's 4. The first tier already is being bid on. So it's actually a blind auction. And George has these watches that are being made. He's been having them made basically since the Bitcoin conference. That's where we met the guy. But he's got a specific 21 set that is going to be serial numbered, obviously limited to 21. And I don't even get one unless I buy one of these NFTs, because the 20 NFTs all get one of the watches. And then obviously George is going to keep one for himself. Then also you get an alpha channel, like for discussing the token or what's going on or whatever the heck else might go on in an alpha channel. You also get 125,000 Clash, which is locked up for 3 months, but then you get it. Now, here's the thing about that. If you look at what 125,000 Clash is, that's currently $8.6 thousand. So these started out at 5,000 for the tier 1, and then it got changed to a blind auction, but because there was so much interest. And I think the minimum to bid on those is 5,000, but just the Clash that you get is already worth more. So that's pretty cool. And then also you get a +1 to Vegas for the party if you're going. That's going to be on December 7th. And you get a pre-dinner invite for that party as well. So George is going to have a dinner with all those holders and everything like that. I will be at the dinner. I don't know if I'm going to buy one of these NFTs. I've really been thinking about it. I want one of those watches for sure. But the next best one is the second tier, $3,000. You get a +1 to the party. You get a different set of watches. He's got like 500 other ones that are being made, I think it is. So you get one of those. And then you get a 75,000 Clash grant that unlocks in 4 months. And then there's the tier 3, which is only $1,000. You get general admission to the Vegas party. 20 holders are selected to get a crew watch. And then you get 25,000 Clash grant that unlocks after 5 months. And the I Am George 1 of 1 NFT holders also can redeem, or well, they get a free one. They don't have to trade out their 1 of 1. They get a free one. And you must hold 25,000 Clash to buy. Then there's the tier 4 one, $300. You get 50 holders will get selected out of there to be able to go to the party. 7,500 Clash that unlocks after 6 months. And non-1 of 1 I Am George NFT holders can redeem for one of those. So pretty cool. A lot of things going on there. The party's coming up really fast. It's already almost November, which is just mind-blowing. But it's going to be on December 6th. So it's almost a month away. So the party's coming up really fast. And I think he's actually locking in the venue soon as well. Then there's other stuff too that you might have missed too. There's a whole new Clash website, so you can come in and find out whatever you want to find out. If you haven't entered for the giveaways yet, they are in here. So you just come in here and you can enter your wallet address and then you submit it. And that's all you have to do. And that wallet just has to hold 2,000 Clash or more. So it's not hard at all to be able to be eligible for the giveaway. All the past winners are on here and everything too. So it's all transparent. Yeah, good stuff. Then also the tournament, of course, it is Friday, so there will be a Clash tournament tonight. I'll probably get involved. We'll see. I do have some things going on, but there's a whole lot of prizes again. First for third, or 3 SOL for first, 2 SOL for second, 1 for third, 0.5 for fourth through 10th. And then if they're holding over 20,000 Clash, their prize is doubled. And then also, if it's under 400 players, 5 players win 0.3 SOL randomly. And if it's over 400 players, 10 win 0.3 SOL randomly. Then also he does the 20 giveaways for spectators at 0.2 SOL. So there's a lot of SOL being given out, whether you're a player, a watcher, or whatever, right? You may as well play and watch. That way you get spectator and a chance to a prize, right? But it's all good stuff. Clash is doing amazing, outperforming the rest of the market every single day. It's like the top performing asset on Solana right now. And it's just mind blowing how good Solana is doing, or how good Clash is doing. But that is all I have for you guys tonight. I hope you guys are having a great week, and I hope your weekend is even better. Smash up the likes if you like what you saw. Subscribe even if you didn't, and I will see you in the next video. Peace.